Hello, Italy.
Ciao America.
What are you doing?
Faccio la pizza. Perché vuoi provarla?
No. But I think we can add something more.
Che cos'è aspetta? Aspetta un minuto. Cosa ci fai con l'ananas in scatola?
Take it easy. It's just Hawaiian pizza.
Oh no, non metterlo. Lasciati stupire dalla pizza.
Wanna me to be, I ain't come to mess around. Think I got a bounty, I'm the baddest in my town. LBJ, walk around with a crown. About to pop off, matter of fact, get down. I can't participate, I'll attract the whole crowd. When up being me, I done made my mama proud. If it's me and that baddie, might get a little loud. Just gotta let you know, heads up. Move your body, come on your body. Move your body, move your body. Your body, move your body. Move your body, move your body. Your body, move your body. Move your body, move your body. Move your body, come on your body. Come on your body, move your body.
Once upon a time, some random person decided, hey, what if we made people with flags on their faces? And that was when the Countryhumans fandom was born. People gathered amongst themselves in this growing monstrosity of a community and drew ship art and made animation memes and wrote fanfiction about land masses boinking. One day, a 13-year-old child named Mooney stumbled upon these animation memes, and a year later she decided that she was going to make this video to educate the masses and make people angry. But mostly to make people angry. Act 1. There were a bunch of ancient empires in Mesopotamia and other places in the middle of nowhere that nobody talks about because apparently prehistory in the Middle Ages isn't interesting enough for Zoomers. But I'm going to do a quick rundown of it anyways. There's Assyria and Babylonia and Egypt and Elam and Phoenicia and Israel and Greece and Persia, and then China has like 6 billion civil wars, and there were some religions made up out of nowhere. The Roman Empire pops into existence and Christianity is illegal until it isn't. China made a road and is dealing other empires illegal silk. Then half of the Roman Empire gets obliterated by foreigners. The other half legally changes its name to Byzantine Empire because it sounds cooler, and both of them slowly deteriorate but don't acknowledge it. The Ottoman Empire beats the living crap out of Byzantine, and there's really nothing he can do. Mongolia is watching from the side and decides to absorb 70% of Asia. Then something happened that nobody expected. One day, China went up to the crumbling remains of the Holy Roman Empire and was like, hey, kid, you want to buy some more silk? And the Holy Roman Empire was like, sure. So he bought the silk, but then China asked him if he was interested in catching the hottest new plague. No. Oh. Too bad. So then half of Europe died and it was great. After that fiasco, Italy decides to become an artist. He applies to art school and gets in, so that was good. We know what happens when you don't get in. Ottoman decides to finish killing Byzantine, which goes very well. He also decides to kill everyone within the vicinity. Suddenly, 2 continents are discovered by Portugal and Spain, and they each claim half of the world, even though most of the world is already owned by other people. Persia became resurrected somehow, and Russia is existing. Act 2. Spain, England, France, and the Netherlands start colonizing everybody and treating their colonies like human garbage, and for 7 years all the neighbors have to put up with the sounds of domestic violence coming from Britain and France's house. Britain has no money, so he asks America for money, but America dumps all of his tea into the ocean. Son, that tea is precious. Okay, boomer. Then with the help of France, America kicks his father out of his continent. France has a revolution, and then the Napoleonic Wars kill millions of people, but we don't have to talk about that. Spain adopts out her South American children after a custody battle between herself and her children for the custody of her children. Her children won the custody of her children and became independent. China loses a game of Monopoly to Britain, and Hong Kong is born. India is getting tired of Britain treating her like shit, so she goes up to him and asks him for independence. Hey, I was just wondering if I could have freedom. Okay, boomer. What? America has a civil war, and the Union murders his brother, the Confederacy, and now racism will definitely never become a problem ever again. Definitely. Then he annexes half of Mexico and snatches Hawaii to celebrate. He goes to war with Spain over Cuba for a bit, but then nobody really cares. Panama gets bisected. Everyone colonizes Africa, except Ethiopia. Act 3. Austria-Hungary takes an Uber to McDonald's one day when Serbia climbs out of a very deep pothole and shoots her. Her husband, the German Empire, throws a hissy fit, and the two of them hold a gun to Serbia's head before Russia and France step in. Ottoman joins the fun. He loves group projects because it helps him hide the bodies in his backyard. Britain gets pissy when Belgium is invaded by the German Empire, and he joins the war, and so do his children and his friends. His friends. Japan, and Italy. And Bulgaria joins the Central Powers Friendship Club. The German Empire wants more friends, so he sends a message to Mexico and asks if he wants to form an alliance, but Britain intercepts it and shows it to America, who comes in guns a-blazing. China also gets involved because he's bored. The Russian Empire is murdered by his son, the Soviet Union, whose main philosophy is sharing is caring, except he really doesn't care. He quits the war. So, things are kind of a mess back home, so I'm just gonna kind of skedaddle. See you guys later. He seems different. Suddenly, there's a pandemic. A pandemic! Why does this sound familiar? The Central Powers get their asses kicked. Austria-Hungary dies, and so does Ottoman, while Bulgaria carries on with life, and the German Empire goes to a retirement home. Austria-Hungary and the German Empire's children are left to take care of the remainder of their territory. Then the whole world is diagnosed with depression, and the Weimar Republic starts printing more money, which just makes it worse, so his brother murders him in cold blood and establishes a dictatorship. Australia loses a war to the emus. Act 4. Italy decides that fascism is hot, so he becomes an asshole, and shortly after that he invades Ethiopia. You had this coming. Imperial Japan sees all this unfold, and she also decides to be a jerk and invades China and commits war crimes. Oh whoa, what's this? What language are you speaking? Stab. What the fuck? Third Reich establishes an official friendship circle with fascist Italy and Imperial Japan because he wants friends. He has no friends, because he's a jerk and deserves no friends. Britain and France are getting nervous because Reich seems to be stalking Czechoslovakia, so they form an alliance with him. So you'll protect me? Yeah, totally. Hey, look, Reich's invading half of your country. Okay, so can you come help me now? No. Britain and France just let Reich keep half of Czechoslovakia's territory as long as he doesn't invade the rest of it. Good thing we were able to prevent a war. Indeed. He's invading the rest of the country. Well, that little shit. Can you come help me now? Nah. You're all assholes. So Reich snatches Czechoslovakia and gets away with it. He forms an alliance with Austria and sets his sights on Poland, but Britain and France are like, oh no you don't. He's scared of Britain and France because he's a pussy. He decides he wants more friends, so he invites the local communist over for a diplomatic discussion. Hey, wanna kill millions of people together? Yeah, sure. Dad, I'm hungry. Not now, sweetie. But I really want to eat. Shut the fuck up or I will strangle you. Good parenting. Alright, let's load up the tanks. This is considered a mating ritual. So they invade Poland together, which makes Poland very sad. Can you guys come help me?
Making the right moves in a changing market requires the right perspective. Not just seeing, but...
Nah. So Reich invades more and more of Europe, and then he shoves a baguette down France's throat and almost chokes her to death and forces her to surrender, which makes Britain sad because his wife was just abducted by a genocidal midget. He starts taking the war seriously and bombing the shit out of Germany's capital cities, and Reich pulls out an Uno reverse card and does the exact same to him. Reich is getting kinda bored, so he decides to invade Soviet children, breaking their alliance in an episode of Top 10 Anime Betrayals. I thought our friendship was special. You're bald and gay. For some reason, this is also considered a mating ritual. Imperial Japan decides to take after her good old friend and shoots herself in the foot by bombing Pearl Harbor, so America joins the war. Fascist Italy switches teams and goes to a nursing home, and France is liberated and Reich is being pushed out of Europe and Imperial Japan is being pushed out of Asia. Reich realizes that he's failing miserably and he commits toaster bath. Dad? Well, good fucking riddance. Hi there! Oh shit. Imperial Japan is pissed that her murder buddy is dead, but she won't stop fighting, so America has to drop some extinction eggs on her. Why didn't you tell me? Sorry, I didn't think about it. It's okay, I have spies. Wait, I didn't mean to say that. Germany was split into East and West, and America helped Imperial Japan's daughter, Japan, get her shit back together. For some reason, everyone briefly thinks this means there will be world peace. Act 5. Israel is born, and the entire Middle East immediately hates him because he's Jewish. Yo, capitalism is gay. So they both start making more extinction eggs, but they make them even more scary and powerful. North Korea and South Korea disown each other, and Soviet and America sponsor their wars. Then they both give up. North Vietnam and South Vietnam also disown each other, and the sponsorships continue while Soviet adopts Cuba and makes good friends with China, but then they aren't friends anymore. Hey kid, you wanna buy some missiles? Yeah, sure. You weren't supposed to do that. So then everyone thought the world was gonna end for about 2 weeks, but then both of them realized that destroying the whole planet was a bad idea. Soviet thinks space is cool, so he launches a satellite, and a dog, and a human. But then America pulls a pro-gamer move and sends a human to the moon. The Middle East is still like a classroom full of homophobic second graders on speed, and then Afghanistan becomes the next place where Soviet and America have a fun little skirmish. Suddenly, one of America's power plants in Pennsylvania malfunctions, but nothing really happens. Hold my beer. Boom. Oh shit. China decides to murder college students because they were asking politely for basic human rights, but then he claims it never happened, so it obviously never happened. Slowly, Soviet decides to become less of an asshole and allows people to actually have freedom, and the Eastern Bloc dumps communism out the window. East and West Germany reunite and tear down the Trump wall. Fuck this. Yeah. So one by one, Soviet's children start leaving him, and then he dies. Russia is sad. America is happy. This is considered a mating ritual. Act 6. America gets attacked by terrorists and starts a bunch of wars in the Middle East that he will stay in until the day he dies. Russia invades his sister, Ukraine, for no reason, and America says, hey, you stop that. But he doesn't do anything in the end, and she will forever have her big brother looming over her shoulder, waiting for the day to strike. America is still using the Middle East as his playground, and North Korea has missiles now, so he keeps making empty threats to America. Hong Kong is tired of being bossed around by China, so she starts protesting, but he just shoots her with rubber bullets and uses a spray bottle filled with tear gas to get her to shut up. Due to your abuse of Hong Kong, we're going to stop selling you rubber bullets. Well then, I guess I'll just have to use real bullets. America gets the idea to bomb Iran for fun, and then Iran gets all pissy and everyone thinks that World War III is about to happen, but then everything calms down. Well, I'm glad that's over. Hopefully nothing else bad happens in 2020. What?